Dave's holiday special here for the Vanderwerf family out there in Colorado. But of course, anybody can enjoy this video too. This is how you're gonna play. We're gonna do our first learn how to play video right here live on Twitch and port it over to YouTube for a game that I had shipped to the Vanderwerf family out in Colorado, and so that they can see how to play this game. And so they haven't. If you haven't opened the package yet, Stan and family, you can do so now.
Now, go for
it. But regardless, Ginger and I wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we hope all is well. So.
All right, go get them.
All right, so here we go. Here is the game we are going to teach you how to play. And this is a game, I'm going to see if you can guess this first. Hey, Will, nice to see you. I've got some people chatting since we're doing this live on Twitch. This is a game that my brother Stan and I and our rest of our family played on many a summer vacations up at Lake George. So I wonder if Stan can remember what the game is. Well, maybe you've opened the package now, so you do. But anyway, Eric and Carolyn, this is a game that your dad played many times with me. I don't remember any specifics. I don't remember who won. But we played with our parents up at Lake George and on other vacations. So here we go. And the game is Mille Bornes. I hope I'm saying that right. I don't speak French. But anyway, it is a card game, classic family card game. It is basically you want to get mileage cards. Those are a bunch of the different kinds of mileage cards. And you're trying to get, playing multiple hands, you are trying to get 5,000 points. So you're not going to play just one game. Each hand actually will end with 1,000 points usually, or possibly up to 1,000 points. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to have a whole bunch of cards, and you're going to shuffle them up. Those who come in the game, you're going to shuffle them up, and you're going to deal everybody 6 cards. That is the start of how it works. And then during your turn, this is just simulating that we have a hand here and another player playing their hand over there. During your turn, you're going to draw a card off the draw pile, and then you're going to either play a card into a play area, which you have right here on the table, or discard a card into a discard pile right here. So that is basically it. Now the cards do all sorts of interesting things, and you can see I already showed you the mileage cards right here, all different kinds of denominations, and then there is ways to stop your opponent from playing those mileage cards by giving them a flat tire, but of course they can repair it with a spare tire. Or you can set a speed limit on them that they can only play the 25 or 50 mile an hour cards. Or you can end the speed limit by playing this one on top of that pile, on top of your action pile. And then there's also, you could put an out of gas card on your opponent. By the way, if you have any of these red cards on your action pile, you cannot play mileage cards. Then you have but you can repair that out of gas with gasoline. Oh, I forgot to show you that I'm wearing my Christmas llama shirt. There you go. Hello, Christmas llama. Okay, anyway, back to the action. So we've got accident card you can play on your opponent, and then you can repair it. And a stop card, you can stop your opponent, and you can play a roll card. Now, these are some very special cards. We're going to talk about them in a little bit. I'm not going to talk about them yet. Okay, so let's say if it was my turn with these cards here, I would basically draw a card, and then you can't start playing mileage cards to get to that 1,000 points until you play a roll card. So luckily I have a roll card, so I'm going to start my little action pile right here. All right, and then I end up with 6 cards still. All right, then the other player can go, and they're going to draw a card, and they have a roll card, but they also have a stop card, so also a flat tire card. So they could play a roll card, or they could play a flat tire. So let's actually just take the stop card and play it over here. So now they were rolling, and now I stopped them. Now you would normally keep your hand secret. You wouldn't have it open like this. I'm just showing you how to play. All right, so now it's back to the player one's turn, and I drew a repair card. Now I don't have another go card, so I can't do anything. So I have to discard. So we'll take a 50-mile card and we'll put it into the discard pile. Then this player's turn, and they can draw a card, and let's say they start the go card. Okay, they start with rolling, so they can play mileage next turn. Now we can do almost the same thing. We draw a card, but let's say this time let's put let's put a stop card on them. Anyway, eventually, let's say I didn't do the stop card. Eventually, this player could then play mileage cards. Okay, so you'd also play mileage cards here, so they went 200 miles. Once somebody gets up to 1,000 miles, that hand or that round ends. There's another way for it to end too. If this draw pile runs out, as soon as the draw pile runs out, you try to play whatever cards you still have in your hand, taking turns. And then at the end of that, you count points. You're going to want to get a little piece of paper, or there might be a scorecard inside the box of the game. You can keep track of that. You can play this. It is designed for team play with four people, but you can play with any number of people. So that doesn't matter. So if I had, let's say, somebody hit me with the flat tire, okay, so I've created my little action deck here, and I also got hit, not only am I stopped, but I got hit with the flat tire. I could, during my turn, repair the flat tire with this card. So I can repair it, and then I can throw this into the discard. That's what all these things are that I was mentioning earlier. All right. However, I still need to get a roll card. If somebody hits you with something like an accident or out of gas or speed limit or flat tire, you're going to still need to get a roll card. It basically cancels any current roll cards you might have out. So you're going to need to keep drawing cards until you get that roll card. The roll cards are very important. Now, let's talk about these here. Darn it, I forget what they call them, but basically they break the rules and they're awesome. Okay, so essentially, if I have one of these in my hand, okay, I can, safety cards are called safety cards. Let's say I drew this. I can play it right now into my play area, and I have driving ace, all right? Now, the cool thing about playing a safety card is once you play one, you immediately take another turn. So I would immediately draw another card, and I would be able to either repair something or play a mileage card or put something down on an opponent. So that's the cool thing about a safety card. Now, the other cool thing about a safety card is that it's now driving ace, which means I can't get into any accidents. So now the other players can't play any accidents on me. Okay, so that's how that works. Now, extra tank would mean that if I have this as a safety, I can't play. Nobody can play any out of gas on me, and if I have puncture-proof tires, nobody can play any flat tires on me. Okay, and then the right of way does multiple things. The right of way always counts as a green go card always in play. That's super helpful. But it also counts. It also means that nobody can play any speed limit cards on me. So that is also a very, very helpful. All right, now let's take a look at some of the points that we have here. First of all, this card is very helpful. If you are a card counter, this card would be very helpful. This was the French one, darn it. There's an English one. I don't know. It's in the box. But it tells you how many different cards are. As you can see, there's three of the accident, the flat tire, or the out of gas, 4 of the speed limit, 5 stops. But there's 14 goes and 6 of the repairs, and then there's 1 each of the safety cards. But now this is how you score the points. Okay, so at the end of the round, when that somebody gets 1,000 miles in front of them, or the deck is exhausted, you score points by this: the number of miles or milestones played, so the total number of that, each safety card that you played. If you got all 4 safeties, you get a bonus 700 points. Coup Ferret, we're going to talk about in a second. Trip completed. If you actually got 1,000 miles, you get an extra 400 points. Delayed action. Darn it, I forget what delayed action means. Safe trip, which means you got no 200, you didn't play any 200-mile cards, you would get an additional 300 points. Extension and shutout, I think if somebody got completely shut out, one other opponent, I think you get 500 points. I have to still look up delayed action and shutout. You guys can look that up in the rule book, find out what that is because I forgot. All right, so, but what is coup franc? We haven't talked about that. All right, so let's do an example here. Let's say this opponent over here just drew this card and decided to put a flat tire on me right over here. But I was holding, I'm not a flat tire. I got to do accident. They play an accident on me. Well, I'm holding that driving ace card we showed you earlier. So since I have that card, I can actually immediately when an accident is played, is I can take this card out of my hand and say, coup franc. By the way, coup franc is a French term for basically counterattack. And it's a fencing term, so that means basically I parry the attack and I'm able to attack you. So what happens here is slightly different than that. I'm not attacking the other opponent, but I play coup franc, and I'm going to place this down safety just like I did before, except I'm going to turn it sideways so I remember that it's a coup franc. And then this accident goes away. And then I immediately take another turn, which is fantastic. I would have to draw first because I'm down one card. All right, and then I take another turn. Now, if we're playing with 4 people, if I play that coup franc, I am now the start person. So it goes around the table again, which means that a couple people might get skipped for 1 or 2 turns, just depending. All right, now let's go back to coup franc. All right, so if I played a safety card, it's 100. But if I played it as a coup franc, right, it's coup franc, not coup. I keep saying coup franc, then it's plus 300. So coup francs are very possibly important for you to win the game because you can get 400 points. Those are added together to win the game. All right, so Vanderwerf family or anybody else that finds this helpful, that's basically it. You keep playing another round till somebody gets to 5,000 points. I do hope that you get a chance to play this. The whole purpose of this, I wanted to say at the beginning of the video, of course, the whole purpose of this was that maybe you guys out in Colorado will get an opportunity to sit around the table and chat it up and have some coffee or tea after dinner and play some Mille Bornes, something that I played with your son. If Bunny is there, hopefully Bunny is there. And of course, we send our condolences about Red. But if Bunny is there and if Eric and Carolyn are there, that your son, your husband, and for Betsy, of course, and your father played with your uncle when he was a kid. So great. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you get a chance to enjoy. Give me a report if you actually got a chance to play and if somebody actually won. I'd love to hear it. And other than that, so Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year. And thanks for watching. Have a great night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.